Faces at the Window on day 5, bringing you the latest episode in an all-new superhero action series. Get ready!
Why? What are we doing?
No, I wasn't talking to you. I was trying to get the listeners excited. Oh, you really gone and spoilt it.
It does have a naughty word in it. They could get excited about that.
And now, the world's greatest superhero, Dr. Righteous, faces his most deadliest threat yet. When last we saw him, he was at the mercy of his most deadliest arch-enemy. Much like I was when my wife left me for my sister. She left me with nothing. An evil harlot took away my youth, my looks, and the best goddamn years of my life. She basically just took a great big dump on my heart. They read you all those fairy tales when you're children, but they're all lies. They tell you all live happily ever after, but they don't know what happens next, do they? Do they? Sorry. I lost my trail of thought there. Well, kids, how will you get out of this one?
Wake up!
My God. Where am I?
So, we meet again, Dr. Righteous.
Oh my God. It's Mr. Conniving-Bastard, my arch-nemesis. How did I get here?
Don't you remember? Allow me to recap. I invited you to my mansion for a cup of tea under the pretense of me giving up my evil ways. I knew your weakness for chocolatey biscuits, so I gave you a big plate of bourbon creams and I drugged you with one, in particular that had been laced with chloroform. I had to watch you eat a whole big plate of them for a whopping 10 minutes, all the while hinting and saying things like, "Why don't you try the one that smells a bit chemically before you finally took the bait?"
Why didn't you just give me one spiked biscuit instead of wasting all that time watching me eat a whole plate of bourbon creams?
Yeah.
You didn't really think this through, did you?
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. Face it, Mr. Conniving-Bastard. You made a rookie mistake.
I didn't! Maybe I did it on purpose, because, I get a sort of sick sexual pleasure out of watching people eat.
What? That's pathetic. Stop trying to cover up for your own stupidity.
I think you'll find you're the stupid one, Doctor. You fell for my ruse about me wanting to become a good guy.
Yes, and like a fool I believed you. How could I have fallen for it? I genuinely thought you wanted to change your ways.
A pity, Dr. Righteous, that you didn't heed the fable of the frog and the scorpion.
Oh, God. Not this bloody story again.
What?
Well, why is it every time I get double-crossed by a villain, they always tell me this boring old bunch of bollocks? A scorpion wants a frog to take him across a river on its back. The frog is frightened about being stung, but Scorpion says, "Don't worry, mate, I won't do it." The frog takes him across the river, the scorpion stings him, the frog asks why, and the scorpion says, "It's in my nature."
What's wrong with it? All of the major supervillains use it to illustrate the fact that our evil natures can't change.
Yeah, and it wasn't tedious when I got it recited to me the first 5 billion times either. Come on, come up with something else.
Now look here, I'm going to recite the frog and the scorpion story. It's a time-honored tradition, and you're going to listen.
I'm not going to listen to it again. Come up with another one.
No, this is the story I'm going to go with.
Oh, no, you won't, because I'll just make loads of farty noises while you tell it.
Well, I don't care. A pity you didn't heed the fable of the frog and the scorpion. One day, a scorpion wanted to cross a river and saw a frog. And he asked the frog to piss off! All right, if you're going to be immature, I'll come up with another story. One day, a scorpion...
No, don't use a scorpion. Use something else.
Okay, I'll use something else that has pincers. How about a lobster?
Right. So instead of using a poisonous, predatory arachnid as our antagonist, we're now going to go with a marine crustacean that gets used in Beast. Well done, mate. No, go on, carry on.
And the lobster met a newt and wanted the newt to take him across a river.
Hang on. The lobster already lives in the water. Well, why would he be asking the newt to help him get across? It's pointless.
All right. Look, okay, let's scrap the whole river thing. How about this one then? One day, a newt wanted some strawberries and asked a lobster if he would use his claws to help him pick some.
What did they do? Go to Wimbledon to watch the tennis with a big punnet of them and some clotted cream? This really is a load of old twaddle, you know that.
Right. That's it. I'm not putting up with this any longer. I'm getting on the phone to the Supervillains Union. Hello, is that the SVU? It's Mr. Conniving-Bastard here. Yes, I'm a fully paid up member. My arch enemy won't let me deliver my evil monologue. Could you send a rep to my hideout, please? Yes, Bastard Towers, that's the one.
Hello, I'm from the Supervillains Union.
Christ, that was quick. Hang on, don't I know you from somewhere? Didn't you used to be a supervillain? You went under the nom de guerre of Baron Shit. You were very big in the 70s.
Indeed I was, but I've had a little career change. That's all behind me now. What seems to be the problem?
Well, what it is, I've just double-crossed this superhero, and to illustrate the fact that evil natures can't change, I'm using the story of...
The Frog and the Scorpion.
Why, yes.
It's a time-honored classic. I used to use it quite a bit back in the day.
And Dr. Righteous here won't let me tell it.
Because I've heard it too many times.
Okay, let's have a time out here. Dr. Righteous, may I call you that? You really must let your arch-enemy complete his monologue. It's against the rules. You know, it's a very hard life being a supervillain, and to give you a sense of that, maybe the way forward is for you to swap roles. Let Mr. Conniving-Bastard be the one to be tied up, while you play the villain, and try to tell a story that isn't the Frog and the Scorpion.
Well, I'm all right with that if you are.
Yes, hang on, let me get the handcuffs.
Get this on. Give me here. Come on.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Okay. One day, a man put his hand in his pocket and pulls out his middle finger. Goodbye, dickhead.
Now everything of yours belongs to me. Baron Shit is back to spread evil throughout the world.
What? How could you do this to me, Baron? You're a fellow villain. I trusted you.
Then you're a fool. A pity you didn't heed the story of the Frog and the Scorpion. Ooh, it's been done to death, hasn't it? Well, how about this one then? One day a newt asked a lobster if he would help him pick some strawberries.
What will happen next? Will Baron Shit try to take over the world? Will Mr. Conniving-Bastard get his revenge in a new monologue? Will my OkCupid profile get any likes? I've tried getting some new photos, but it just doesn't work. It's hard to start again when you've gone through a bit of divorce.
Shut up! I'm sorry about that. That was the villain, bombastic narrator man. He's gone through a messy breakup. I've allowed him to crash at mine while he gets his life together.
Make sure to tune in next week. Unlike my bitch of an ex-wife.
The faces at the window. Fighting comedy for.
TheFacesAtTheWindow.com